Hello Sagittarius, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is your weekly read for the week of the 20th to the 26th of April 2020. Hope you're doing well, Sagittarius. Now it's the weekend when I'm publishing this video, which means I've got a half price reading sale. This weekend it's on my past, present, future readings, so it's a 3-page reading. I send it out within 24 hours of you ordering it. And so it's about what's been going on for you the last couple of weeks and why, what's going on for you right now and why, and what's going to come up for you in the next couple of weeks and why. So if you're interested in one of those, I'll pop a link up there to book in for one of them. They are 60 Australian dollars instead of 120 Australian dollars, which is about 35-40 American dollars. So great bargain. Now next weekend, not sure what the reading's going to be yet. Just check that out on BeHealing.com at the weekend. So what's the story for you, Sagittarius, this week? Let's see. Oh, who are you? Are you even sure, Sagittarius? I don't think you are, according to this. Meditate's a great week for meditating, for sitting silently. I'm feeling like everything's changing for you now, or everything can change for you now. It's like you could have a new direction. You don't know what it is yet. But it's like the treadmill that you've been on in life. You keep on trying to get somewhere, and it's not happening for you, Sagittarius. So you've got to stop. When things aren't working, it's the definition of madness, isn't it? Trying the same things over and over. You've got to take a step back now. You're taking a step back now. It's like, okay, keep on trying this thing and it's not working. Keep on, trying these same approaches and it's not working for me. It's never getting me to this new start that I want, this new beginning. And so this week, meditate instead. Not meditate on anything. Don't meditate on trying to find a new way. Don't do anything. Just meditate. Just clear your mind and be open. Just surrender yourself to the universe. Just allow yourself just to be, and just be totally open to whatever comes. Not an answer to your question, Sagittarius. Not a new direction. Not what to do. Not anything. Don't go into meditation with an agenda. Just be wide open to whatever. Because this is serious stuff that's coming through. I don't mean serious. I mean, your whole definition of yourself will change if you stop putting an agenda on things, your agenda on things. And remember, when I say it's your ego, it's your subconscious self that's trying to protect you from things. So it's like your ego's been leading you in the wrong way. That's why it's not been working. It's not been working. And this is calling for you to reset, to press that reset button on yourself completely, to go into meditation with no ego agenda on it. Okay, so if that's you, Sagittarius, if you've always going into a meditation for something, always going in with a question, always going in with like a particular focus on a mantra or something like that, trying to guide it, that's like your ego trying to guide something that's completely egoless. It doesn't make any sense, does it? When I put it like that, it doesn't make any sense. I know I do that sometimes. A lot of the time, Sagittarius. So you're not alone in that, but this is saying like meditate properly, really open yourself up, because reset button. You need a reset button now. You need to get back to who you really are, and that requires you to drop the ego completely and just be wide open. So meditate. This would be a great week for you to like use it as a meditation retreat kind of thing. Meditate a lot. Have you ever been on a meditation retreat? Probably, Sagittarius. I know, Sagittarius, you guys are into that kind of thing. I have, and it's always amazing, and I feel like I'm flying around. The first few days are hard because you're like forced, or you're asked to meditate for long periods of time, and it's hard. But then you get into this zone, don't you? After a few days, you get into this zone, and you're just like, blissed out by it all, and just in nothingness. It's so amazing. Then you feel like you're floating, and other people notice too. Do that for yourself. It's harder when you're not on retreat with someone telling you what to do, but you can do it for yourself. Use your self-discipline. To let go of the past so you can be in a state of grace. So the ego is responding to the past disappointments, to past hurts, past things that haven't worked. Remember, your ego is always trying to protect you. You don't listen to your ego, and certainly don't let your ego take over your spiritual practice. There's things to let go of in the past. And a big part of it is not even letting go of those things in the past. It's just stopping being ruled by your ego, which keeps on trying to drag you into that past, so that you can be in a state of grace. This is really asking you to press that reset button on yourself. Be open to anything now. That's when grace gets you and starts feeding you things, taking care of you. Synchronicities, signs, miracles, all of that stuff to lead you forward. But you need to be an open book to be able to do that. You can't let your ego control it anymore. So this is saying, Sagittarius, your ego has been really sneaky. It's been so sneaky. It's been trying to get involved in your spiritual life. So it might come as a little bit of a shock to you, but it's probably your ego that's shocked more than anything that it's been found out. I don't think it's really a shock to you deep down. I think maybe you knew that you were trying to control it and trying to steer it. Sometimes that's what a lot of the law of attraction teachings are about. It's like the ego trying to control the spiritual path, which doesn't work, when we're trying to manifest things, the details and stuff. Yeah, the universe will let us do it just to let us know that it's there, kind of thing. But if we carry on down that line, it's like the universe is like, can you stop it with the ego shit now and get on your real life path and be your true self and actually do your spiritual work properly instead of trying to do it for money and trinkets and shiny things. So reset button needs to be pressed. You're being asked to not let your ego control your spiritual practice. Do proper spiritual practice, being wide open, being open to grace. Because look, you know how I was saying before, Sagittarius, that the approaches that you were taking, it was never working for you. So it's like you've had a dream, like you want success, you want these things, you've been taking action, and the action hasn't been working. And it's like, what the hell? It's like, why isn't the universe giving me what I want? What am I doing wrong? And then it's like, I'm going to meditate on it. I'm going to meditate. Why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? And then you meditate, and it's like, whoa, how many layers of bullshit is that? The ego trying to control a meditation kind of thing. That's why your physical action hasn't been working, and setting this reset switch now, pressing this reset switch now, and doing this real spiritual work, not ego-guided spiritual work, is going to then lead you to the physical action through this grace, through the science, synchronicities, the ideas, inspiration, to take physical action that's actually going to lead you to that success that you've wanted all along. So it's just on a deeper level, but because that's really you, That's the first two cards, wasn't it? Meditate and who am I? Like, get back to who you really are. You're not your ego. You're this spiritual state and this spiritual person, true spiritual person. And so really getting back to that at the core of you, that is what's going to lead you forward in the material world, to take those physical actions that's going to lead you to that success. And look, grace and initiate. That's what's going to start it up. You're not going to be able to figure it out yourself, Sagittarius. It's going to come from grace. It's going to come from your higher self. It's going to come from guidance. It's going to come from synchronicities and signs and inspiration. It's not going to come from your ego. You can't figure this out. You've got to surrender. You've got to surrender to your higher self. Huge spiritual calling for Sagittarius this week. Huge. It's grace that's going to initiate it, not you. Even if you're called grace. You've got to let it come through you now. Let go of the control, Sagittarius. Let go of the control. Be humble in your spiritual practice. Allow your true self, your true spiritual self to shine through. So interesting. I think all of us need to do that, hey? That's speaking to me too, for sure. So let's go back through that. So meditate. Seriously meditate. Let go of everything. Don't meditate for a reason. Just meditate properly. Because who you are is going to come through. Who you are wants to come through. Your higher self wants to get in touch with you. Let go of the past. As I said, it's all about that ego trying to take control of meditation, which is just bullshit. And allow yourself to get into true grace when everything falls away. You've experienced it before, I'm sure, in meditation retreats, that kind of thing. And it takes a few days of practice before you can get into it and see this is going to have to be a regular thing for you. Yeah, because the physical action you've been taking in the past to try and get the success that you want, those results that you want, it hasn't been working because you've never got to this deeper level. You've still been operating from ego, coming up with the ideas from ego. even using your spiritual practice to find out why it hasn't been working. You're just like completely tied up in the action that you've been taking, which hasn't come from this pure place. It's come from an ego place. And so once you do this reset, once you do this real spiritual practice, letting your ego go completely and just being open to whatever, then you're going to be given an idea from this grace. You're going to be given an idea to take some action. When you take that, it's actually going to lead you to the success that you want. And it's going to be way easier than all the work you've been trying to do, which has been leading you nowhere, or just been leading you to little bits of success, not true success. It's grace that's going to initiate it, not you. You've got to let it come through. You've got to wait until it comes through. You've got to have infinite patience. You've got to be humble in your spiritual practice and just wait for it to come through. So resign yourself to the fact that you're going to be meditating for the rest of your life. Because when you have the infinite patience like that, and you're like, okay, well, this is it. I'm going to be meditating for the rest of my life. That's when it can actually come faster. But now I've told you it can come faster. Don't hold on to that and like, okay, I'm going to meditate for 5 hours a day because then it will come faster. So that's the ego getting involved again. Oh, it's tricky. It's tricky, Sagittarius. But if anyone's up for it, Sagittarius, there you go, Sagittarius. If you like this reading, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. What did you get out of that? How does it resonate with you? Love hearing from you guys. Don't forget, I've got a half price reading sale this weekend on my past, present, future readings. You can book in for one of those right there. Have an awesome week, Sagittarius. I'll see you next time. Bye.